Hey guys, so today I'm sharing with you all one of my favorite makeup looks as of late. Actually, this is probably pretty much my favorite type of makeup look ever, especially if you've been following my channel for a long time. You know that this is very me. I love makeup that looks flattering and sexy and pretty, but using more natural colors. I love to make colorful colors work. I love doing that. But for me, I just think this is so flattering and it just looks good with anything on anyone. It has sort of a really pretty peach colored lid into some browns. I'm going to kind of give you a great tip on how to do a really sort of blended, dark, sort of gradient crease color. Some of my best tips for that can be found in this tutorial as well. I'm using all MAC eyeshadows, which was fun to break those out. I kind of miss using those. I just have been using so many different things over the years that all my MAC shades have kind of, you know, they get kind of pushed to the side sometime, and that's no fun. So I busted those out again and I really enjoyed using them. So if you guys want to see exactly how I got the look step by step, then keep watching. So to start, I'm going to fill my brows really quick. I'm going to use my Sigma Light Brow Duo, and I'm going to use the darker shade in that with an angled brush. I just quickly go around the top and just kind of fill in, and lightly fill in right there. Give them a quick comb. This is the brush that came in the kit, but you can buy it separate. You can get these pretty much anywhere. So just really quickly, since I'm going to be using a cream shadow that can crease a little, I'm going to use this NARS eyeshadow primer. Just tap it in very light, use the tiniest amount. To get that really bright color, I'm going to use my NYX Jumbo eyeshadow pencil in Milk. Going to lightly apply that to my lid, just in crazy little short strokes. Blend with my finger. Put just a tiny bit right here. So I'm using all MAC eyeshadows for this. I'm going to take an E60 brush and this shade called Samoa Silk, and I'm actually going to mix it with a bit of gesso, which is right here, just a really light white. You can kind of go back and forth to get the color that you want. Add that all over the lid. I'm going to flip over my brush and I'm going to use this shade called Jest. It's a really light, frosted, almost pinky champagne shade. Apply that right into the inner corner and right in the center. It's just going to brighten it up a little bit. So now for the crease color, I'm going to start by using a fluffier brush for the lightest crease color, which is going to be soft brown. I'll come in and use this last as well to blend because I just love this shade, but I'm going to start with a bigger brush for the lighter colors, and I'll get a smaller brush as I use some of these darker colors. So lightly blend that along your crease. You want the most to be sort of right here. Not a whole lot in the center. I'm going to take an E35 brush in this color called Swiss Chocolate. If you have Folly, which is right there, you can use that too. Swiss Chocolate's a little bit warmer, more tan. Apply that right in the crease in a smaller area than you did the lighter color. So this is going to go right in the crease, and you're going to focus it on this outer part. This is how you're going to get that gradual, you know, darkening crease color. If you don't have a million brushes or you just want to use this one, you could have even used this. This is an E25. That's what I'm using for the next step. But you could have used that for what we just did. But I'm going to take Mystery next, which is right here. Sort of a cooler dark color. And sort of stamp it into the crease right along the crease. You're not going to blend this up really high right there. We're just getting it right in the crease. Right on this outer part. And then once you get the color put down, you can sort of lightly sweep it back and forth. You don't want to blend this out too much. To blend dramatic crease shades like this, I like to work back in reverse. So take the brush that we used for the Swiss Chocolate, use that color that we just used before. Lightly go back over it where you applied that. And then you can sort of use that first fluffy brush just with nothing on it. Or you can even take a little bit more of soft brown. I didn't, but just helps you blend a little better. To really darken it up, I'm taking an even smaller brush. This is an E30 and a little bit of Carbon, which is a pretty just plain black shade. I'm gonna apply that right into this outer corner, kind of sweeping it down toward the lashes. You want to make like a little wedge shape, just kind of start back here and then just sweep it straight down. I'm going to take the Swiss chocolate and then just kind of blend over it. So you want to just kind of connect that color. Next, to sort of clean up this outer corner, it's definitely not too bad. I like to use this shade called Bisque and then just a large brush like this. It's an E50. And just sweep it straight along that area, and it just makes it look a little nicer and cleaned up. Next, I'm going to take this pink end of the Sigma highlighting pencil, sweep it lightly up under my eyebrow, blend out with my finger. I'm going to take that white gesso shade that I showed earlier and the same brush and just lightly tap it over. You can take another pencil brush, like a really pointed brush, not the same one you used for the dark shades, and use that same gesso color and just put that right over your inner tear duct area. You can even use the Jest shade that has a bit of a sparkle to it. I'll put just a little bit over that. For eyeliner, I'm using my L'Oreal Carbon Black Liner Intense. You want to go all the way in with it. Follow the lashes and go all the way to the outer corner. You can do just a little bitty wing. You don't want it to be crazy or for it to be the focus. However, since this outer corner is so dark, you're not going to be able to really see it a lot anyways out there. Just kind of flick it up just slightly. It's a little more flattering. I'm going to lightly line my waterline with this Giorgio Armani Smooth Silk Eye Pencil in black. Lightly along the upper, I'm just sort of getting my lashes from the underside, sort of like tight lining them. I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom, this time coating the waterline just a little more. You can take an angled brush and more of that carbon eyeshadow and just kind of dab it not on the waterline, but right in between your lashes. Powder products on the waterline are usually not a good idea, especially if you have watery eyes. Even if you don't, my eyes aren't particularly watery, but that kills me. And finally, for mascara, one of my favorite steps, I'm using the YSL Baby Doll, which is one of my new favorites. Strangely enough, this stuff smells really good too, which is sort of weird for a mascara because they usually all have that funky mascara smell. Do you know what I'm saying? For my cheeks, the bronzer that I'm going to use is my very well-loved NARS Laguna. I'm using that with a big F20 brush on my cheeks. Then I like to sweep the color up along my temples and on my hairline, or along my hairline. Whatever's left on the brush, I dab right along my nose and on my chin. I'm going to use this by Chanel called Rose Ecrin, just lightly on my cheeks. I already applied a little bit of this, but I'm going to use the Bite Beauty lipstick and blush for my lips. It's just a pretty perfect pink. It's pretty bright actually and a little on the lighter side, but I really love it. And while it's shiny, to keep it from looking flat, I'm going to use this lip gloss by MAC called Soft Serenade. Just any sparkly lip gloss that you have, just right on the center. So that's it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. This to me is just a super go-to look that goes with anything that I really, really love. So I hope that you guys do too. And if you want to see pictures of the look and a list of all the products used, you can go to my blog, which is linked below as always. Hope that you guys are doing well, and I will talk to you all very, very soon. Bye-bye.